Cool. I think we are live now. Um, so welcome to the stream. If you're new to it, this is the first episode. I'm gonna be working on my little Vulkan and OpenXR game. Um, I have most of the things that are required to run the application. The recent update that I did is to run at 120 hertz, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna try it now. See if I didn't mess anything recently. So I've got a mirror on the MetaQuest, and the headset should be ready to be attached. I think it was doing something else previously. So I'm gonna run it anyway and see what happens. It should be fairly quick to run. Last famous words. Any feedback? I might give the headset a quick restart at this point. So let's leave that aside for now. And let's see if it's working on the desktop at least. So the target for this stream is to implement the multisample anti-aliasing, which is already implemented partly only for devices that support the multisample to single sample extension. Here I have collected a bunch of those extensions for the MetaQuest 3 and 2 on this side. And the multisample one is this one, which is in yellow, meaning that it's available on the Quest 3 but not on the Quest 2. And it's also not available on my desktop machine. So what I'm going to do is to implement this in the regular way. So let's go back to my application. Why is it not running? Okay, that's not good. What's going on? I don't think I did anything. Did I do something before leaving? Okay, that's not good then. Where is it? Why is it breaking? Why are you not even showing me the code? Okay, this means only that needs a cleanup. Yeah, let's do it. A nice cleanup. Actually, I'm gonna do a full cleanup. In the meantime, the headset should be ready. Let's see if it's running. No, wait. I just switched it off. I have to switch it on again. Hopefully something is gonna work. Okay, it's loading the project again, building all the dependencies. And let's try to run it again. It should work this time. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. I'm highly confident it's gonna work. And it didn't work. Okay. This is fun. What is going on? I get it. You don't want to run. Oh, that is, yeah, that was dumb. The last thing that I introduced is the change of the, the the extensions to change the display refresh rate. So that's definitely not going to work. I should be able to locate it by finding those references. And I would say I don't have a way to filter by. No, wait, I do have it actually. Let's see, performance. Well, I can just check if these are valid. If they're valid pointers to functions. Is it? No, wait. Not that, because this is just my wrapper. I want to check if this is the type. So this is the type. How did I do the debug thing? So let's go to the declaration. This is checking if the okay. So this but this doesn't have the wrapper, which is a different story. So how do I check if this actually exists? I can't, because I don't have that in place. All I could do is to ignore those functions, which isn't great in the long run. So what I'm gonna do is just pretend these are available on Android. Alright, this is gonna patch it pretty quickly. Cool. This should fix the problem. Is this a fix? It's not really a fix, but if it works, it's great. Nice. We have the app running on Windows. That is expected, but I don't know if it's visible, but this is a bit aliased, which means we need to work on the anti-aliasing, which is the whole purpose of this stream. So let's get started. I've already created a bunch of things. So in order to have multi-sampled anti-aliasing, we need multi-sampled textures to render to. without using this extension, because what this extension does is during the rendering on the tile memory, it allocates the corresponding tile in a multi-sampled fashion. So it creates a temporary multi-sampled image, and then it resolves to the original one on the fly, which should be pretty efficient. I haven't tested the performance, but I've read it is efficient. I'm gonna trust that. So back to the image creation. Let's see, I've left code here and there. The swap chain creation is the place we want to be in, and the color swap chain. So this creates a swap chain directly from OpenXR, and we have the images that we need later on, and just right above it we create the multi-sampled version of the image. We might want to wrap this in. We don't want to create this image if the other extension is available. So how do we do that? Should I do it per? Yeah, maybe. Well, that sounds reasonable. So we can just test here if it has what did you just select the other one? If it has dude, can you just pick the one that, okay. So if it has this flag enabled, which means that the feature has been found and enabled. So what we want to do is to do the inverse. So if it doesn't have this feature, we want to create I'm thinking that I should move this stuff on its own function. MSAA views. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to have everything in this humongous function. So I'm going to create a new function which says create MSAA images. And we move the stuff that we have here just right above. And one for the color. Next for the depth. I want to keep this for now, and I'm going to use it later. But and depth. Cool. All the names are correct. We got images, and let's do the views. And at this point, we want to do the creation. We want to do the creation where? What is this? Why is it still color? Oh yeah, create. This is the views creation, and we want to retain that. But here we move the MSAA function call. So create MSAA images If it doesn't have that feature, we create the images manually, and now we'll move the views creation out of this way. Whoops, why did I put it? Okay. And boom. So we got everything we needed from this function. Let's test if everything is still working. And the next place we want to be is the use of these render targets. So we gonna need to, what happens here? Oh, we didn't return anything. Return true. Success. And the next step is then to, so we have to do a couple of things, which is changing the samples count, right? And we are going to do that from the app. Let's see. Let's go to the logic here. Okay. So we need to modify the pipeline and the render pass. The pipeline creation comes from here, and it gets sample count, which which queries for that, and it shouldn't, right? Because we're going to create the samples anyway. It's going to be always 4. Let's leave it like this for now, and move to the render. So to the render pass. The render pass is created here somewhere. That's going to be create render pass. And this creation, it should also take into account, no wait, what is this? Render pass, is this the right one? No, not this. I was falling to this. So this is the render pass creation for Vulkan by itself, but I need the one that comes from the OpenXR. So where is it created? Render pass. Where are you used? Okay, here's created. This guy is already pointing to the extension when it's available. But what we need to do, let's see. I don't want to make too much of a mess in this function, but I want to go and take an example from this other application that I made. Give it to me in a new window. I'm not sure if this has multi-samples. How do I check it? So let's grab samples. Okay, this is single sampled, so that's not gonna be helpful. And so let me grab another one. Samples. Okay, this renderer has samples, and I'm gonna need to go to the render pass creation if I can find it. Create render pass. Okay, so this is a render pass creation. Okay, it's it's quite heavy to look at. So it is completely different because this is a simple one, and this, on the other hand, first of all, it uses the old one. It's the old version, which is a bit simpler to use. And we need to take into account that we also want to keep the other extension, which is multisample depth. What else did we use? The multi-view. Oh no, okay. The multi-view is not there anymore because it's been merged into the subpass. The new version of the subpass creation. So I might just create two versions of this function. I'm not super sure about it. So the render packs creation, here it takes the two attachments, and let's see what happened in this version. This got 3 attachments, right? So how can I conditionally? It's gonna be a mess. So I would rather go a bit smaller. I don't fit all the things that I need. Let's see. Where did all my stuff go? Okay. A big if, would that work? Can I make a big if? And then just grab the render pass here. So I could move all this bit of code into a function that says let's try to do that. So move everything. Oh, this function is long. So create render pass MSAA single. I'm gonna call it this way. And it's no accept. And it's gonna be a bool and bool. Okay, so we got the first version, and we're gonna put that in the place where it was lost. So right here, you can say if we have the extension, then create the render pass with a single. Do we also want to check? Does it have any fail point? So it can fail different stages. What do we do here? If it doesn't succeed, then let's log something. I can't type tonight. And return false. That's it. And one is gone. Otherwise, let's build create swap chain MSAA. Just a regular one. So to start building the regular one, I wanna just copy everything. Boom. And let's start customizing this. I guess these two are fine. You don't need to modify those. Let's instead dive into the resolve bit. So we got the color. And we want to set the samples to 4. Color, depth, and the resolve. We only want to resolve the color, to be honest. Do we even need the depth at this point? But we do have it, so yeah, it could be something, but we are not submitting it. I don't know yet. We do have the depth, but we are not submitting it to the compositor. Okay, it's not going to be no, yeah, this is right, and the color formats are correct, and this is also 4, but the resolve is going to be 1 sample. It doesn't need to need to do anything actually. Yeah, this is going to be I don't care. And the store, yeah, it needs to store. Don't care, don't care. Initial layout. So these are, why is this undefined? Is this correct? Initial layout. Yeah, that was not correct. Anyway. And for this, the initial layout is going to be shader read-only optimal. I wonder why. Yeah, I have no idea what is expected to be. But let's try that. Shader read only. And that's the final. Shader, why is it shader read only? The initial layout. This is a bit of a weird situation, to be honest. But let's dive into it. Let's leave it as it is for now. Okay, so the next bit are the references. So we got the first two. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, and 3, which is going to be for the subpass resolve, and it will be the attachment 3. And what's the layout? Layout is attachment color. Does it need to be in this? So what's the operation of the resolving? So the resolve operation is no idea. We're gonna see what the validation layer says. Subpass. Okay, let's go back to the definitions here. The subpass description. Okay, so this is the next bit, and at this point we don't need. Do we need this? No, we don't need this. So they can go. Can they? No, they can go, I think. Okay. Let them go. We got the multi-view already enabled. The pipeline bind point is correct. The color attachments. So for the color attachments, attachment. Okay, no wait. There is a third option here. P. Where is it? Hey, where is the resolve? Why are you not showing me? There should be a resolve. Because it's before the depth. So I should be able to find it here. P resolve attachments. and whoops, render pass sub resolve, and we got all of them. That is pretty nice. Then do I need to specify the dependencies? So where do the dependencies even go? Where do they go? Dependencies. That's weird. Why did I set dependencies? Oh, that's odd. Dependencies are never used. It must be in the create. Oh yeah. So we got the dependencies, but never used. Never mind. Never mind. What's the next step then? It's the rendering at this point. Let's go to the rendering and the sample count as well. We want to remove the condition and have it always for get the render pass. Okie dokie. Whoops, sorry. Where are we? I'm lost. So the render pass. Here's the render pass, and we need to specify all the attachments. Render pass views. Can we put more attachments that they are needed? It could be. I mean, I could specify 3 of them, with 1 being not used. So the resolve is going to be, no, wait, color, frame, color view, depth view. Okay, this doesn't carry all the necessary data. So we got the depth view and the resolve. Yeah, let's put the resolve here and go to the setting of this guy, and here we want to so we need to set a condition has MSAA single. If it has that, we need to send the color MSAA image. Otherwise, it's going to be that. Not wrong. That was plain wrong. And the other way around. So the same goes for the depth. And the views, obviously. Do I need the images? Do I really need the images? Are they even used? So from the frame, we got the views. Yeah, images are not interesting in this context. Anyway, but they might be needed at some point. Depth, MSAA image, and the same again. And the view and the depth view. Resolve. So the resolve is going to be null when it's in this situation where the extension is present. Otherwise, we want it to be the swap chain image. Yep. Resolve. Yeah, color resolve probably won't name it. It's not no. Is no pointer fine? No, it's not fine. We want it to be a null handle. Oh, wait, what? What's wrong? What's wrong here? Image, no, not image. How do I retrieve the view? Oh yeah, it was right here. So that being said, I want to rename this to be resolve color view. And let's also get vk image resolve color image. So color image. So back to the condition. Resolve is not needed in this case, and it's the swap chain. Right, we can go back to the rendering, and here we want the resolve color view. I wonder if it's gonna complain about something now. Okay, first time trying. We wrote lots of code. Let's hope everything's gonna work. Yeah, hello. Anti-aliasing. And nothing is working. Nice. And this is MSAA, the other version. So I've got it working using this extension, the multisample render to single. That was fairly easy to implement, but now I need a fallback for everything else. Let's go through the validation. We got quite a few messages. Create frame buffer. The render pass is null. Oh wait, I forgot something. If you don't call a function, it's never called. That is deep. Let's see. Create render pass. Yeah. Again, if you don't call it, it's not gonna work. So if it doesn't create the render pass, not this version. Hey, how did I even name that? MSAA. Why it doesn't like you? Because I forgot return. Create render pass. What's wrong? There must be a typo. Create swap J. What the heck? I totally messed up the name. Okay. I liked it more when it completed the log lines. And okay. 3 versus 2. I thought you were a bit smarter, dude. Alright, my bad. Create. The render pass creation. Okay. Subpass resolve attachment is 3, but must be less than the total number of attachments, which is 3. Wait, what? Create render path. So let's go to the create render path. We got 1, 2, and 3 attachments. Color attachments 1, resolve attachments. Do I specify the number of the resolve? No. Color attachments, resolve attachments. So the create info subpass 0. Let's go back to the create info. Render pass create info subpass. Subpasses. This is a 0. Resolve attachments 0. Resolve attachments 0. Oh wait, 0, 1, 2. 2 is the next, not 3. Okay. We failed again. Validation error. Frame buffer. Create frame buffer. Attachment count 2 does not match. Okay, the frame buffer needs to be updated. Okay, so what does the frame buffer want? We got an imageless frame buffer, but you still want me to do this? Come on. Why? Let's see the frame buffer. Hey, where does it get created? What is it? Oh. Frame buffer. It's not here. Not that frame buffer. Scene maybe. What the heck? Where is it created? VR. Maybe it's in VR. Yeah, okay. We got it. So it is creating. No. Frame buffer create. Okay. Frame buffer. Set attachments. Okay. All 3 of them. Nice. All 3 of them. Create info. Create frame buffer. Okay. Render path, set attachments. Render path. Attachment count. Attachment count. But the attachments are not set. Are they set? Okay. 1, 2. It is a vector. Why is it a vector? Why is it a vector? Why did I use a vector? Well, it's nice if it's a vector at this point, because we can say that if not ms has, let's say, single, then we can add shouldn't be const, obviously. So when I place it, what the heck? Okay. Is this not right? Place? Maybe push? View format count. Okay. So that should fix the count mismatch. Nice. Nice. Is everything? No, it's not. Everything is fine, but I can already see it's pretty smooth. Cool. We got something. We got something, but we got something, but the command begin render path is complaining about the usage. Image color attachment use transient. Transient. Did I make it transient? Let's go and check that out. XR. Create MSAA images. Yeah, I set it to transient. I don't think it needs to be transient. And that should fix all the issues. Nice. This is even better, at least I think. So where does it begin? Oh, still render pass. What? Attachment 0 VK color, but VK render was created with yeah. The frame buffer. Mr. Frame Buffer. So the usage is going to be, well, it's going to be wrong anyway. But if has a single, then it's going to be 0. Otherwise, it's going to be 0. And this should fix a few more. Is there a none? Like what is 0? No, there's no 0. Okay. Wait, still. It's not const export. That's a whole different. That's a whole different error. Nice. I hope we got fewer errors at this point. Wait, what? So if it's if it has single, it's that. Yeah, the other way around. If it doesn't have single, let's do like this. We are almost there. Almost there. So it is working. Just this complaint. It's complaining that it's bugging me. So attachment to usage is, oh shit. Oh shish. Hmm. I could just ignore this because it's very annoying. Okay, let's focus on the other error. So it says that expects the VK image MSAA, okay, image to be in layout. Wait, what? Okay, yeah, the depth to be in layout. Depth stencil attachment optimal. But instead, current layout is undefined. Can I just leave it undefined? Well, I just leave it undefined. Well, this is gonna happen on the first time. Anyway. Well, I guess we can call it a day. It is kind of working, which is nice. Well, actually, it is fully working. It's not kind of working. It's fully working. I'm not sure I can tell the difference because the texture is already resampled. But it looks smoother. Yeah, it does look smoother. Let's see what the memory footprint looks like. 131. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Last thing that I want to check is if everything is still working on Android. We should have the device by now. We got the Quest 3 up and running, and I also want to test it on the Quest 2. And I'm gonna boot it up. Let's go with the Quest 3 first. If it's still in a good shape, this should run with the extension enabled. If it runs, it does run. It is running. Okay, that's good already. Nice. Everything seems to be working. I'm not getting any weird message from here. That's pretty good. Okay. Let me check if everything is still running like 120. It's so smooth. I love this. It's so smooth. 120 really is a huge difference. Okay. Seems to be running at an incredibly solid frame rate. Okay, stop now. Let's also connect the Quest 2. Close this. And if I open the new again the casting should connect, yeah, to the Quest 2. We change to the Quest 2, run again, and hopefully we should have it running without crashing. Yeah, it's not crashing. It's amazing. And it's doing 120. That is awesome. Let's see how it looks from the inside. Indeed, super smooth. A little stutter here and there. Yeah, they're just tiny stutters here and there. Little bit of stuttering. It is kind of annoying, but it happens sometimes. It's not constantly doing it. Okay, overall it's fine. Cool. Quite happy about it. Let's do a quick review of everything. Samples. Cool. Implement. Oh, I can't type anymore. Implement MSAA, regular MSAA. And that's it. That's it for today. See you next time. Bye.